Gonna let that one air out in there.
Sorry.
I'm
making a fart joke, I know.
I know. I didn't mean to make a fart joke. I just
I'm not saying it.
I was holding space.
Holding space.
Yeah.
Should we clip everyone else saying it and then just add it onto this one?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I definitely have the. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, because definitely everyone else is going to be saying it.
Oh yeah, it's a vibe. Yeah, I fully intend when we start doing the visuals and slideshow what habits when we actually start season 2 proper. Just every one of them starts with a meme that's like the recording's in progress.
Yeah.
Lean into it.
That's the thing. If you lean into it, it's less fun, and people might start getting more bored of it if you truly don't want it to happen.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with it. It's an inside joke. It's always good to have an inside joke. Speaking of inside jokes, welcome back, Holy Goo Barnacles.
Oh, God. God damn it.
Barnacles.
I just said a random word.
Yeah, and it's stuck.
Like a barnacle, apparently.
And it's not even a naval campaign. It's not even our naval campaign because we did that already.
Yeah, we did that on a non-recorded
series. That was the precursor.
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
That's where Ori was.
And that's where Ori's from.
Yeah, Ori's from Barnacle Land.
Barnacle. Oh dear. Well, we'll probably move all of this to after I say this, but welcome to our super secret special episode.
It's very secret.
Very special.
I'm the only one here.
Very episode.
Much secret.
Much secret, very episode.
Now that we're done showing our age, let's talk about what we're doing.
Humor. Yeah. So there's a couple of characters from last season that left, or I would say left, because the lost 3 are don't have any plans at the moment to come back, which is okay. Life is busy.
Life is strange.
Life is strange. That's a game.
I would say registered trademark.
Registered trademarks. I would like to copyright the react word.
No, don't do that. They tried that once.
That's what I was getting at.
You don't want to do that.
But yes, I won't ruin the surprise. I'll wait for the theme music to start playing before I say what's going on. But any news you want to go over before we start, Justin?
Buzz. No.
Bugs.
It probably got picked up by my mic, but my phone just buzzed.
Oh.
It was nothing. It was a Discord thing. Discord notification. I'm going to turn mine onto silent for now. There.
Yeah, we should probably...
I should probably have done that already.
We should probably get more active on Discord, but I don't know how to Discord. We'll work on it.
Yeah, it's a something.
You're something.
Thanks. It's actually where whenever I mention my Sunday group, that's where we play is Discord. In a basically now not defunct, but no one really uses the server anymore. It was a server for during the pandemic, back when Among Us was super popular. It probably is still fairly popular, but back when it was a viral hit, and we just all had a Discord server and played together and were able to like talk with each other while everything was happening. So you didn't have to like freaking type out messages like, "Oh, Red did it," or "I saw Red with this person, the one that's dead, and now they're dead," sort of thing. We could actually just say it, and then pandemic finally ended, and people stopped playing games like that as much. And then D&D started there, and I was a player at the time, but then our DM left, and so I took up the mantle of being DM for a new campaign there. And we've been playing basically since 2021, 2022, something like that. So, a while.
But,
enough about me / Discord.
Yeah, we might
probably just cut that.
We might get Discord, we might not. I think we already technically have one, but we just haven't set it up at all.
I have set a Discord up, but there's nothing really in it. I mean, there's I think there was 3 people in it. One of them is my wife, and that was just so that she could help set it up. I think. And then at least one of the people is one of the lost 3 who it was Kayla. I think they're in Seattle now or something.
Yeah.
They're literally across the continent from us.
Yeah. All right. Let's play that funky theme music, and then let's get into the episode. Let me just get a drink.
This is a long intro song.
Long intro song. You made them quite long.
Yeah, I think it just kept getting longer and longer. Like, I think the original one was like maybe 30 seconds, and now they're like a minute.
Yeah, by the time we're done, it'll be an hour-long theme and like 3 minutes of playing.
Yep. If it's an hour-long theme, we should just start using it for background music.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah. Honestly, I would appreciate that because I have to like different tracks. I don't know. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've danced around the bush enough. So we're going back to a place not forgotten, but also probably not missed. We return to Terra Vacnor.
What do you mean missed? I don't miss this place.
Yeah, nobody misses this place. It's terrible, that's the point.
Problem is, my character has never left it.
Surprise, motherfucker. So, one of the dangling plot threads from Season 1 was the boy that was left behind.
Hello.
The Callum that was left behind in Terra Vacnor as the daring heroes escaped after the Chimera. So we're going to pick up literally seconds after that portal closes. There's that pounding on the door. You know, on the other side of that door is a massive horde of chimeric kobolds of various sizes and experimentation.
Yeah. And I am one small boy and a couple chairs.
Yes. Yeah, you are about to become very familiar with the term eviscerated.
I've never heard that term before. I don't know what it means.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, he'll look at himself and go, "Oh, I don't know what this is called," and then die.
Oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the voices in my head have been saying.
God, is that you?
No, it's just the DM.
No, Patrick.
No, this is Patrick. That was a terrible impression. Don't listen to me.
But do listen to me. I am the voice inside your head.
Okay.
You hear the pounding and scraping at the door that you have a bunch of stuff piled in front of. You think you probably have a couple seconds left. Is there anything you'd like to do? Anything you'd like to say or scream into the ether?
Is there... Well, I would like to look around to see if there's any sort of other exit or if this is like a dead-end room.
Roll an investigation.
Thank God I have expertise in this. Thank God I had expertise in this. That's going to be 17 total.
So you look around, there doesn't seem to be any exits. There does seem to be a couple of ladders and stuff around that you can get up to like a higher landing, or it's also basically like a shelf, right?
Yeah, like this wasn't necessarily a library. We had gone through a library, but this is like kind of an extension of it, if I remember.
This was kind of like a laboratory.
Okay, yeah. So there's like shelves of things.
So it's kind of like a thin landing with shelves built into the wall behind it. Very much like shaped into the stone.
All right. I would like to make a mad dash towards that, because my 8 strength arms are not going to hold back a horde.
Your 8 strength arms. What are you going to do with a 9 strength? Like a 10 strength?
Exactly. They would overpower me with 10 strength.
Okay, so you're going to climb up that ladder.
I'm going to attempt to.
Give me either athletics or acrobatics.
I'm going to go with acrobatics here. Thank God. That's a 12 total. I rolled a 2.
12 total.
I rolled a 2.
Alright, you start climbing up it. It's a good like 60 to 80 feet high. So as you are climbing up it, you hear a loud crash, and the door has splintered open. These chimera kobolds of varying sizes are pouring into the room. You're able to make it up to the top, but they're starting to swarm to bottom, and some of them are trying to climb.
Okay, I was going to ask if I could go into stealth, but since it seems like they definitely already know where I am.
Well, if you go, like, if you had rolled higher...
Yeah, that makes sense. It probably was just, they saw me scampering up as it broke open.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that makes total sense. Can you describe the ladder? Is it like a freestanding ladder, or is it one of those ladders that have like the wheels that you can move around?
It's like a not hand built, but like it's wood with not quite twine, but like rope that keeps it together.
If rope is what's keeping it together, I have at least one dagger. Yeah, I have a dagger. So I would like to attempt to cut the rope so it's harder for them to get up, or it drops down to the ground.
I'll just say give me an attack roll on the rope.
Oh, please. Okay, so that's going to be 18.
Yeah, you're able to saw through it pretty quick.
Is that just one of the ropes or both sides?
So there's like one big knot of rope that is keeping it where it is. So you're able to cut through that, and you see it start to pull towards them, and it eventually falls down. A couple of kobolds kind of fall under it, but then they all kind of swarm. They're starting to use the human wave tactics and are basically trying to
I
like.
was gonna say, is this gonna be like a World War Z situation where all the kobolds are climbing on top of each other to make a fucking ladder?
Pretty much.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of them, and they're scrambling over each other trying to get high enough.
Is there another shelf close by that I might be able to jump to?
There's one that's probably about like 30, 40 feet up. You wouldn't really be able to jump it without like magic or
say that's absolutely not humanly possible, even though he's an ASMR. Oh, he's an ASMR. Wait a second.
Oh yeah.
I could just make wings. What am I doing? I completely forgot that my character is Starborn. So yeah, I would like to... I don't know how you want to do the whole... I forget even what the thing is called.
What?
I'm just looking for the species thing. It is called Celestial Revelation. I don't know how you want to deal with that, if you want it to be like, in a time of need, you're able to use it, sort of flavor-wise.
Yeah, no, if you have it, go ahead and use it.
Okay, yeah. So, I think, yeah, Callum, in his time of need, wants to get up as high as he can, and then spectral wings basically appear or, like, grow out of him. Or they're spectral, so they don't exactly, like, grow or anything, but they just kind of materialize. And he now has a fly speed. He would like to fly.
Yeah. If you're trying to get to the highest like landing, there's one. It's about 80, 90 feet above the ground, and you're able to land. It almost looks like an alcove, like it's a small landing.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to fly up there and then try to hide if I can. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm very visible. But I would like to fly up there and try not to be seen, but I'm sure it's going to be very difficult.
You can roll stealth at disadvantage, but they have like seen you and are watching you, and there's not really any place to hide. If they're like it's like a maybe like 10-foot wide area.
Yeah.
It's kind of like directly above where the portal was a couple moments ago.
Okay, so. I mean, I can roll the stealth if you want.
You can roll the stealth if you want, yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to... Because where the portal was farther into the room. So my now hope is that the entire horde is going to come over, and then he's going to be able to fly all the way out, and then try to make his way, like, at least out of the area if he can.
Possibly.
So that's my plan, is to kind of bait them to come further into the room so that he has a straightaway shot to get out. Yeah, I can roll at disadvantage. That's going to be 18 total.
Okay, so you're able to get up there and kind of hide. They are moving, and they're trying to kind of, even with the like the wave tactics, they're not able to get that high up. You start to see like the tail end of this like horde is moving closer and closer to you. So with that information, you can kind of deduce that this is that is the end of it. It is taking up most of the room.
Yeah.
And there's probably like hundreds of, kobolds.
Yeah, this is like a giant room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Callum looks at the arrows with him and he's like, well, that's not enough. So he's going to look and wait until they get as close as they can and then try to fly dash.
Yeah, some of them are like scratching into the stone and are starting to climb up, and others are like climbing on top of them, and it's definitely a when will they get to you. So
yeah, because I don't have a whole lot that I can do. I am a rogue. I'm not supposed to deal with large hordes like this. Okay. So yeah, once I feel like they're fully like trying to get to me and are no longer near the door, I'm going to fly as fast as I can outside of that and try to get somewhere at least out of my sight.
Roll me an insight.
I'm rolling kind of middling here. 13.
You figure that this should be the end of it.
All right. So yeah, I will dash out, and I remember being told where the bathroom is on the first floor, because this is the second floor, I believe. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to fly down and like try to lock myself in the bathroom, I think, and just be as quiet as I can.
You kind of like dive past them very much like a bird would, right? Yeah. So you dive past them before your wings kind of flicker out, and you start running. And it takes them a second, so you do have like a little bit of a head start, and you start running, but they are running behind you.
Yeah. I would like to once I get to the stairs, jump down if it's like an open stair.
Yeah, it's like one of those like rounded like two staircases. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to jump down one side to get to the bottom as quickly as I can.
Okay. Roll me a dex save.
I would say probably a dex save if you want to do acrobatics, sure, but that's a 19 plus 7, 26.
So you're able
I love that every time I want to do something stupid, I roll high for it.
So you're able to vault down, and you get there.
All right. And once I get into the bathroom, I shut the door and then be as quiet as I can. So
you shut the door, and you're in what you were told was the bathroom. It's kind of not a bathroom. It's more like a broom closet. There is a small, toilet and sink, but it very much does not fit with everything else. It also does have a similar door to the other room. So after about a minute or so, you hear some people are coming, or some kobolds. Kobolds aren't people.
I mean, that sounds a little
yeah, but
racially motivated.
It's about kobolds, so it's okay.
Hey, I love kobolds.
Good.
That's specifically why I haven't been shooting them.
But yeah, so you're there, and after a minute, you start hearing more scratches on the door.
Is it the one that I came in from, or the other one?
Yeah, the one that you can. So there's only one room, only one door for this bathroom.
Oh, okay. I'm going to continue to be as quiet as I can. Hopefully, they will not hear anything and leave. I don't know if you want me to like roll a stealth for that or not. But.
So they go ahead. Roll with disadvantage again, just because they know that you're there.
Did they see me go in?
They can smell you.
I yell out, "Occupied!" I rolled a 1.
Yeah, now they've heard you.
Yeah, they absolutely knew it was me when I rolled the 1. Dang it. I don't know what to do, because there's probably nothing really in here that I can use.
Yeah, you start to see like there are like claws that are like piercing through and are starting to like pull like not spots but like strips of wood from the door.
So I'm picturing The Shining.
Yeah, not too far off.
I am Shelley Duvall in this instance. Also R.I.P. Yeah, I guess unless there's anything in this room that can help me, I'm just going to pull out like my little, either a dagger or I do technically have a like short sword, I believe it was. Yeah, short sword. So I could do that, I guess.
Yeah.
And then just like be prepared for when they come in, because I am a mouse in a corner at the moment.
All right, so they do eventually break through the door,
right? And
you are
basically ready in action to attack if they come close to me.
They start piling in.
All right,
like as they're like within inches of you, you just hear a loud voice yell, "Halt!"
I think I've
And
got
they
like
seem to,
my sword is like just about to like stab into the closest kobold, and then I also hold.
they seem to be like pretty much frozen in place. If anything, give me an insight.
All right. Do you want that to be wisdom save to see if I also am frozen, or
No, it was mainly for them.
okay? I rolled a 6, so I think I might. I think Callum thinks that he is frozen as well, but it's
Yeah,
more
you,
that
you might
he's
think you're
just paralyzed.
yeah. So they don't seem to be moving. Like there are some that have like their claws out as if they're ready to like strike at you, but are not actively trying to slash at you, right?
Yeah.
They were before, but it doesn't seem like they are actually slashing at you right now. So you don't see anything else off of them. It just kind of seems like they're frozen in place.
I think I'm going to like tap one with the, I guess the flat of the sword, to see if they like are moving or if they're like actually just stopped.
It gives you a little bit of a snarl, but it doesn't try to attack you back.
Okay. Hello?
Callum, my child.
Do I recognize that voice?
Roll me a history check.
Because they know my name. 17.
You do not know that voice.
Who's it to you?
Someone would like to speak with you.
That's a weird name. I'm kind of stuck.
You will come with me, or I will let these mongrels take care of you.
It's not that I don't want to come with you. It's that will I be able to get through them?
And as you say that, you see like they part, and as they part, you see a man walk in. He seems to be wearing a like ornate set of armor. It looks pretty light, but also very much made of some kind of metal. He has swords at his waist on both sides. He has a bald head, but the most striking part of him is his eyes are sewn shut.
Okay.
And he's got his hands behind his back as he just kind of walks up, and you see that all of the kobolds are like nervously looking at him.
Hi. I guess I put my sword back and start to like slowly walk out of the bathroom. Hi. Do I know you?
I would say not.
My history check also confirms that. All right. So yeah, I'm with you, I guess. Are you like
good choice
with somebody, or are you just kind of here and alone?
Well, I'm right here, and he just kind of like reaches his hand out and he taps you on the forehead, and everything kind of goes black for a second, and then as stuff kind of takes its form back, like it's almost like it's vibrating into place. You find that you're somewhere else entirely. It looks more like a keep or a castle.
Yeah.
It's empty, and he is standing there in front of you.
Hi.
Not many people have the pleasure of meeting my gaze.
I'm going to hold my tongue, Mr. Eyes Sewn Shut Man.
My name is Thade.
Hi. You apparently know who I am. Thank you for getting me out of there.
Well, you're out of there for now. Whether you stay out of there, depending on how your meeting goes and how collaborative you are willing to be.
Can I ask a question?
Roll me a wisdom save.
That's not good. Okay. 4?
You cannot. It's not. He doesn't say you cannot. You physically feel like you cannot.
Yeah, I say, can I ask a question? And then my mouth feels like it's sewn shut.
Yeah, it's kind of like a fear effect. Like you're like, can I ask a question? And you just like guess not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he's standing there. So I take it you know of the Savior. I believe that's what this realm calls them.
Callum nods profusely.
Well, welcome to their keep. This is the kiln.
As he says the kiln, I think Callum's eyes kind of go wide. I don't think we mentioned his backstory at all, but we kind of hinted at it with his kind of talks with the Grand Vizier.
Yeah. I would say you've never been to the kiln, but you've heard of it.
I've heard of it, and it was kind of like brought up, but Callum is like the Savior is his like hero sort of thing. For all intents and purposes, they're his hero. So yeah, his eyes kind of go wide, and he like nods even more.
I take it you're an admirer of the Savior.
He nods. I think Callum's still under the impression that he can't speak anymore.
So he kind of looks you up and down. He's like, the Savior is not here at the moment. They're otherwise disposed, but you are welcomed as an important guest.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, he's like, he's starting to ask questions, but then he remembers not being able to ask questions.
Yeah, you see Thay just kind of smirks. He's watching you
stumble over my own words.
Watching you squirm.
Yeah.
So you're probably wondering, if the Savior's not here, why are you?
I nod.
Well, we have an opportunity. For you, it's less of an opportunity, more of a choice. Work with us or perish, essentially. I can put you right back where you were.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you are willing to vow to work for the Savior, I will bring you to the person who has called for you today.
I am willing to hear anything that gets me away from that place.
It's a good choice. Very good choice.
Yep.
So he turns around and he starts walking. His hands are still like behind his back, and he kind of motions for you to step forward.
I will comply.
Okay. So you start kind of walking behind him, and you're like walking through the throne room. And just kind of give you some background of the kiln.
Mm-hmm.
It's oppressively ornate. A lot of deep reds, a lot of black marble. It's still as heavy and dry as the rest of the room. And roll me a history check.
I've done super well with only having a +2 so far. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You remember from your teachings at the Bastion, you're aware that the kiln was apparently at one point the heart of the old warden, the old god that basically looked over this realm. And when the Savior slayed him, and I wouldn't necessarily say freed all of the people, more or less under new management.
Yeah. When the Savior became the new warden, basically.
Yeah, essentially, yes. They built their castle in the very middle, the exact middle of the realm, out of the warden's heart.
Yeah, and if I remember our talks about Teravac Nor before, the like passageways throughout the realm are kind of like the veins of the god, if I'm not mistaken.
Essentially, there are some paths that kind of move around in that kind of manner. As you're walking, like you walk through a couple of things that like you can kind of put together. Like you see the large arteries high above you as you're like walking past what kind of looks like a staging area. It's massive, and there seems to be a bunch of like a mess of barracks, and there are soldiers doing drills. And as
Okay.
you look up,
I was going to ask if staging area meant like war staging area or like they were setting up a concert.
no,
Okay.
like
The first one.
so there's like a bunch of barracks, and there are soldiers doing drills. And the like ventricles of the heart, like the large arteries that branch out from it. Give me a perception check.
All right. Another dirty 20.
Okay. You look up and you start seeing like glints of things, and you put two and two together, and you see that the ventricles are full of wyverns that are just kind of hanging on the walls.
That is terrifying.
So you continue following. The soldiers are doing their drills. Every so often you see a couple of like wyverns will just like fly in as if to like land or drop stuff off, or if they're coming in from patrols.
Yeah, a lot of busy activity over there.
Yes, a lot of busy, in particularly military activity.
Mm-hmm.
And you're walking towards this. So you're in a building, but this looks like a building inside of a building, right?
Yeah.
So you and this looks like closer to a regular size house, or similar type of dwelling, right?
Yeah, the Terravacnor equivalent of a house.
Kind of. Anyways, so you walk in, and the door kind of shuts behind you, and it's a dark building. It looks like an office building, kind of on the inside. Like there's desks and there's paperwork, and there seems to be some pages. Everyone goes incredibly quiet when you and Thade walk in, and they are staring, like they're averting their gaze from Thade, particularly not looking at him.
I give like a short, sort of half wave.
They don't even notice you. They are you kind of roll an insight.
I mean, I don't even think I need to roll insight. They are terrified of this Thade.
They are terrified. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 23.
Yeah, they are incredibly terrified of this man. So you go to the back, and there's this door that's kind of partially open, and Thade walks into it, like walks to the door, opens it, waves for you to come in, and everyone's just kind of staring at you, and then the door closes behind you. Sitting on the other side of the like there's a desk, and on the other side there's a person sitting, and they seem to be wearing full armor, including a helmet that obscures their face. The helmet itself is incredibly detailed, and it seems to look like some kind of monster. Can you give me a history or insight?
I would rather insight. That's going to be 21 insight. If we use the same roll for history, it would have been 19.
Okay. So you can tell from what this person is wearing, they seem to be a high-ranking member of the Marauders.
Oh, okay. So the Marauders are the people that I impersonated to get in, and that's where I found Rebecca and Hestia and everyone, right?
Yes, and
okay.
you also remember that the Marauders are not from this realm. They are from the Prime material realm.
Yes.
And this looks like a very high-ranking member. He just kind of motions for you to sit.
I will comply.
Okay. So he's sitting on one side, you're sitting at the other. Thade is standing at the end of the desk, kind of in between you.
Okay. Hi. Do we do like introductions, or are we like using code names? Because if we're using code names, I want to be named. I didn't think of a code name, but I can think of one.
Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Hey, apparently I have good intelligence. 16.
So
Might not be good
you,
enough.
as you're talking, you feel like something kind of grabs your mind, like it's anchoring something into your mind. And you find yourself staring into the person on the other side's eyes, which seem to be almost like a pulsating yellow. Do you know who you are, child?
Yes. That's. I know what I've been told about myself, yes. I kind of started doing an accent there. That's my bad. I'm me. My name is Callum. And I'm like 14 or something. I forget the exact age that I called myself, but I know that he was underage. That was part of the reason why he hadn't gone through the ASMR tradition thing, because I think you have to do that at 16 or something. 16 or 18.
And Callum, do you happen to know your last name?
Well, so I don't really remember my parents. I was kind of. I don't know if I was really born here, but I grew up here. I guess, like, I've been called or given the last name Ward because I am someone's ward.
I should have figured that the Grand Wizard would not tell you much.
Is this, like, about my parents or something?
So you see, he has something on his desk, and he's pulls out a small piece of paper, which you can tell seems to be covered in paint. He hands it over to you.
Okay. I look at it.
It seems to be of two humans and a small child sitting on the mother's lap. The father's standing and has his hand on the woman's shoulder.
Yeah. The normal family pose.
Yeah, they seem to be very well dressed.
I'm going to take out the like picture thing that Callum had of his parents, and he's gonna like compare the two.
Roll me an investigation.
All right, that is a 15.
So you look at the two of them, and it seems like they are the same picture, but where yours is worn, this one looks almost new, and this one seems to have the faces very visible, where yours does not.
Mine were kind of faded.
It faded, and you couldn't really tell much about them yet.
Yeah, that's why I kind of assumed that they were also ASMR like myself. Or Starborn, sorry.
So the man across from you, he kind of clasps his gauntleted hands together. He's like, "Do you know why you were put here?"
I mean, that's not really something that Arkin kind of.
Do you know what a failsafe is, child?
Failsafe?
Yes.
Can I roll a history check to see if I know what that word is?
Roll a history check.
Considering I made the joke that, oh no, that's a dirty 20, I probably know what it means. I didn't know I made the joke that I don't know what eviscerated means, so figured I should probably try to remember my schooling. I mean, yes, in kind of like if something is going wrong, you've got a backup, I guess. Kind of like a backup. Failsafe is a backup.
Essentially, your parents were of royal blood in the Prime Realm.
Oh.
But having a child of your age put you high on the list of succession, meaning at a young age you were a target. You were brought here to keep you safe, but I think now is a time where you can finally come home.
Oh, okay. Do you mean going to like the material realm, to like Crescentia?
It will not be an easy task. It will require a number of things, and it will not be safe. It will be a very dangerous endeavor because, as you see, you still have a target on your back, and that's why the Savior and I have called you here. You should have access to the throne of Crescentia. It is your birthright, and it is why the Alris clan killed your family.
So as you were saying that, like, he basically is able to inherit the throne, I think his jaw just like progressively got lower and lower. And then when you said that, or when this person said that my parents are dead, I think he is kind of too shocked to respond.
I understand, my child. You see, the blades of Galame, the governing body of the Empire, or the once governing body of the Empire before they fell to disarray, are very cutthroat, especially right now. After a number of lame rulers, they yearn for someone of strength. And that's why the current emperor, the current regent, Governor Seskel, Emperor Seskel, has taken the throne and awaits someone of strength to unify the blades.
As he says strength, I look at my 8 strength arms and then back up to him.
Not personal strength. Strength of numbers. The strength of an army. You, with the Savior's help, we would back you. We would help you conquer your realm and your birthright.
By conquer, you mean go to war with someone? Who am I fighting?
Only those who do not kneel to you, which sadly will be some of the clans. Some of the particular blades may not bow or bend the knee for you. Oh. And these threats are the same ones who forced your parents to put you here. They're the same ones that hunted your parents to the end of the earth and slayed them in cold blood. So we offer you vengeance. We offer you power. And we offer you a chance to go home. Now, don't think of this as an act of charity. This is a business deal. Once you conquer the realm with our help, we will expect certain things in return.
Can you give me like an idea of what those things would be? Like, you want me to like give you guys money, or like I don't know what people normally want in these things. Like
you feel that grip that was on your brain. It's starting to like squeeze, and it's starting to like hurt your brain.
Ow.
And the other two just kind of chuckle. It's like, you will rule, but you will bend the knee to the Savior. You will bring the Savior to your realm.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's all you want.
You will lead the realm to convert into their belief of the Savior and to forsake all other gods.
There
false
are other gods?
There are false idols.
Okay.
Now, if you accept what you will need to do now, there's something I can show you. But if you do not accept, then Thade here can send you back where we found you.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely, I'm okay with seeing what you have, I guess. Yeah, cool. This is kind of like a lot to process for me right now. I'm still kind of hung up on my parents are dead.
And hold on to that. Hold that, because you'll want that it is it's a driving force.
Okay, I really don't want to go back there. So, I'm sure. I don't know how much help I can be. I normally am just like the one going out ahead of people and letting people know where these things are. That's kind of how I grew up here, is like finding quick ways to get between places. But yeah, I guess I can do my best to help you guys. I don't necessarily know if I need to rule, but sure, cool. Will I have like a lot of help with telling me how things normally go and stuff?
We will be there with you to help guide you to the proper way, what must be done.
Okay. Can I ask what would happen to, I don't even know if I would know anything's, I don't even know if Callum would know that anything is happening in Bastion at the moment. I mean, other than it was under attack when he left. And it was basically well, I don't even know if he'd know it was under attack. He just knew that the Savior was there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I bring some people along with me, if that's okay? Or is it like a solo, it has to only be me sort of thing? Or
that is what we want to show you. Actually, you will have some help.
Okay.
So if you're willing to help the Savior, if you're willing to forsake the false idols of the realm that you are about to embark upon, and if you're willing to take what is rightfully yours and use your power and influence to move that realm in the proper direction, I want you to lay your wrist upon the table.
Callum kind of shrugs because he doesn't know any of the fucking gods of Crescentia. Now, I don't think he would have been taught Crescentian gods, because that would be kind of weird. He would have been taught basically about Terravacnor only. So he has no qualms with that. He doesn't think he's qualified for being an emperor, that's for sure. But he really he really wanted to go to the material realm because he wanted to find his parents. But now he's been told that they're dead, and that they know...
And particularly, they were killed by the
Ulrus clan, yes. I was going to finish with, and he knows who did it. So I think he would... This is tough, because I think he's not, super revenge motivated. He's not... he's a kid, so he's probably easily swayed. I think he would end up accepting, I guess. Yeah, I think he would end up accepting.
Are you putting your wrist on the table?
He will comply.
You place your wrists upon the table, and you see Thade and the person on the other side pull out what look like stamps. They glow red, and they place them on your skin, and it burns and sears like a brand.
Ah, that did not feel good.
So they have two symbols, one on each arm.
Yep.
So one symbol is a circular symbol with multiple tendrils coming off.
The Marauder symbol, the one that he knows. The
Marauder symbol. The other is a wyvern with its wings spread out.
Which is the Savior symbol?
Yes.
Okay. Would Callum know that, actually? That might be a good question. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I guess I'm ready to ship out. How do we do that? Actually, first, you said you wanted to show me something, and I assume it wasn't the red markers.
So they both stand, and they motion for you to stand.
I comply.
And the man behind the desk opens it's almost like a trap door, or like a basement door.
Yeah.
He like lifts it open, and there's a staircase there. And he starts walking down. Fade motions for you to walk down.
Mm-hmm. I comply.
And Fade walks behind you, closing the door. And it's a very dark stairway, and it goes underground for a while. And eventually you see at the bottom, there seems to be a cell with very dark, very like unrefined bars of some kind of metal. And there's a fire coming from inside the cell. And as it hears you approach, like the three of you approaching, it stands. It has very large. It's a good 8 feet tall.
Is this the fire or someone in the cell?
Someone on the other side of the fire, so you can only kind of see their silhouette.
Yeah.
They look huge, and they are carrying some kind of very heavy weapon, and that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. Oh, I think I know who that is. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember us talking. Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't want you to have to put like static over me again.
Oh, I'll probably do.
Or whatever you did.
Yeah, I did put static over you already in your other one.
Yeah, for Corbin.
Yeah.
He's trying to silence me, everybody.
I'm not trying to silence you. I am
You are
actively
succeeding at silencing
you.
me.
There is no try. There's only do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're end it for tonight.
Cool. I don't think there is probably no way for Callum to get out of that, at least that I can see.
Yep.
So yeah, I think he made the choice for survival, and
I think he made the choice for survival. It also kind of seems like he made the choice that like he's not totally against it either.
Well, no, he's always wanted to get out of this place.
And he's always wanted to work with the Savior, so
yeah, he's always looked up to them.
So it'll be an interesting kind of setup there where you might be more willing to kind of go through with it because you don't really see that much of a downside at the moment.
Yeah, the only downside is, I guess, like as much as he teases and jokes about the Grand Vizir, they were like his parental figure because there was no one else really. Mm-hmm. So that would be like the hardest thing for him to leave behind, and that's kind of why he asked if he could like bring some people along with him, because he would like to bring the Grand Vizir just because they're basically his parent. I mean, I honestly, when you said that there was someone in the cell, I was like, oh, is that